Every morning at exactly 6 o'clock, the alarm rang beside Adam's bed. The sound was sharp, annoying, and impossible to ignore. Still, Adam ignored it. Half asleep, his hand moved automatically, pressing the snooze button. 5 more minutes, he told himself. Just 5 more minutes. Those 5 minutes often became 10, then 20, and finally an entire morning lost. Adam was not a bad person, and he was not stupid. He had dreams once. Big dreams. When he was younger, he believed life would be exciting and meaningful. He believed he would do something important, something that would make his family proud and his younger self happy. But now, at 32, his days looked the same. Wake up late, rush to work, come home tired, scroll on his phone, sleep, repeat. He often told himself that life was difficult. He said the world was unfair. He said opportunities were limited. But deep inside, a quiet voice asked a dangerous question: what if the problem is not the world? What if the problem is me? Adam worked in a small office. His job paid enough to survive but not enough to dream. Every day, he watched others move forward. Some learned new skills, some spoke English confidently, some traveled, changed jobs, or started businesses. Adam congratulated them with a smile, but inside, something burned. It was not jealousy, it was regret. One evening, after another long and empty day, the electricity went out. With no internet and no phone battery, Adam felt bored and restless. He decided to clean his room, something he had avoided for months. While moving old boxes from under his bed, he found a dusty notebook. It was his school diary. He sat on the floor and opened it. On the first page, written in messy teenage handwriting, were the words, "One day, I will become someone important. I will not waste my life." Adam felt his throat tighten. He read the sentence again and again. Someone important. Not famous. Not rich. Just important. Useful. Proud. He closed his eyes and asked himself a question he had been avoiding for years. Where did that boy go? Memories came back. Adam remembered waking up early to study. He remembered trying again after failing exams. He remembered believing that effort always mattered. That boy had hope. That boy respected time. Now, Adam avoided mirrors. He avoided silence, because silence reminded him of everything he had not done. That night, Adam could not sleep. He lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to the slow ticking of the clock. Each second felt loud. Each minute felt heavy. He realized something painful but true. Life does not get wasted in one big mistake. It gets wasted in small decisions. In choosing comfort over growth. In choosing excuses over effort. In choosing, later, over, now. Adam understood that he had been waiting for motivation. He was waiting to feel ready. Waiting for confidence. Waiting for the perfect time. But years had passed, and nothing had changed. At 3 in the morning, he sat up and made a decision. Not a big one, not a dramatic one, just a real one. He decided to start small. The next morning, the alarm rang at 6. Adam's hand moved toward the snooze button, then stopped. His heart beat fast. It felt uncomfortable. Standing up felt heavy, like lifting a weight. But he stood up anyway. He washed his face and sat at the table with a simple English book he had bought years ago and never opened. The pages looked clean and untouched, like a symbol of his broken promises. He opened the first page and started reading slowly. He did not understand everything. Some words were difficult. Some sentences confused him, but he kept going. He learned 5 new words that day. Only 5. In the past, Adam would have laughed at such a small achievement. Now, it felt powerful. For the first time in years, he had kept a promise to himself. Days passed. Some mornings were easier. Some were very hard. There were days when Adam failed and slept late again. But something was different now. He did not quit. He did not say, "I am useless." Instead, he said, "I will try again tomorrow." He began to notice changes. Not just in his English, but in his mind. He felt more awake, more responsible, more alive. He wasted less time complaining and more time doing. He stopped waiting for motivation and started relying on discipline. One evening, after a long walk, Adam sat on a bench in a park and watched the sunset. The sky was orange and purple, and people passed by, each carrying their own stories. Adam felt calm, not because his life was perfect, but because it was moving. He understood a truth that many people learn too late. You do not waste life by failing. You waste life by never trying. You waste life when you let fear control your choices. You waste life when you know what to do but choose not to do it. Adam smiled softly. He was not successful yet. He was not rich or famous. But he was awake. And that was the beginning. That night, before sleeping, Adam wrote a new sentence in a fresh notebook. I will respect my time, because my time is my life. When the alarm rang the next morning, he did not hate the sound anymore. To him, it was no longer an enemy. It was a reminder. Another chance had begun. Sarah always said she was busy. Busy in the morning. Busy in the afternoon. Busy in the evening. If anyone asked her to learn something new, improve her English, or work on her future, she answered with the same sentence, I don't have time. In reality, Sarah had time. She just didn't know where it went. She woke up late every day and reached her job feeling rushed and tired. Her work was simple and repetitive, and her mind often wandered. During short breaks, she opened her phone and told herself she was relaxing. 5 minutes turned into 15. 15 turned into 30. By the end of the day, she felt exhausted, even though she had not done anything meaningful for herself. At night, Sarah lay on her bed scrolling through videos. Funny clips. Random news. Other people's lives. She watched people traveling, speaking confidently, achieving goals. Sometimes she felt inspired, but the feeling disappeared as quickly as it came. She closed her eyes and promised herself she would start changing, soon. Weeks passed. Months passed. Nothing changed. One evening, Sarah received a message from her old friend Lena, who was visiting the city after many years. They decided to meet at a small cafe. Sarah arrived first and chose a table near the window. She felt nervous but excited. She had not seen Lena since college. When Lena walked in, Sarah almost didn't recognize her. Lena looked confident and calm. She spoke clearly, ordered in fluent English, and smiled with self-belief. There was something different about her, something strong. They talked about old memories and laughed. Then Sarah asked the question that had been sitting in her heart all evening. Lena, how did you change so much? Lena smiled gently. I didn't change overnight, she said. I paid the price. Sarah frowned. What price? Lena leaned forward and lowered her voice, as if sharing a secret. 1 hour a day, every day. Sarah laughed. That's it, just 1 hour. Lena nodded. Yes, because most people don't even give that. Lena explained how, after college, she realized she was afraid of being average. She knew nothing would change unless she changed her habits. She started waking up 1 hour earlier. In that hour, she practiced English, read books, and learned new skills. Some days she was tired. Some days she wanted to quit. But she kept going. Sarah listened quietly. Something inside her felt uncomfortable. She wanted to argue, to say life was harder for her, that her situation was different. But deep inside, she knew Lena was right. After they said goodbye, Sarah walked home slowly. The city lights felt heavy. Lena's words repeated in her mind, 1 hour a day. At home, Sarah opened her phone and checked her screen time. She stared at the number in shock. 5 hours and 20 minutes. Social media, videos, messages, wasted moments. She put the phone down and sat in silence. For the first time in a long time, she faced the truth. Life was not stealing her time. She was giving it away. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. She thought about her future. She imagined herself 5 years later, still saying she was busy, still making excuses, still watching others move forward. The image scared her. In the morning, she made a decision. She did not plan something big or unrealistic. She made one simple rule. 1 hour for her future. Every day. The first day was hard. Very hard. Her mind looked for comfort. Her hand reached for her phone again and again. She felt bored, restless, and impatient. Learning English felt slow and difficult. She wanted quick results. She wanted to feel successful immediately. But she remembered Lena's words and continued. Days turned into weeks. Some days Sarah failed. She skipped her hour. But instead of quitting, she returned the next day. Slowly, the hour became a habit. She started enjoying it. She learned new words. She understood movies better. She felt more confident speaking simple sentences. Something else changed too. Sarah began to respect herself more. Keeping a promise to herself made her feel strong. She stopped calling herself lazy. She stopped blaming the world. She took responsibility. One afternoon at work, her manager asked if anyone could help a foreign client. Normally, Sarah would have stayed silent. This time, her heart beat fast, but she raised her hand. Her English was not perfect, but it was enough. When the meeting ended, her manager smiled and thanked her. Sarah felt proud, not because she was the best, but because she had tried. Months passed. The 1 hour a day quietly changed her life. She reduced her screen time. She read more. She listened more carefully. She thought about her goals instead of escaping from them. One evening, Sarah stood in front of the mirror and smiled. She looked the same, but she felt different. Stronger, more awake, more alive. She finally understood a powerful truth. Life is not short. Time is not the enemy. The real enemy is wasting what we are given. Sarah wrote a sentence in her notebook and underlined it twice. If you don't control your time will control you. From that day on, she stopped asking for more time. She started using the time she already had.